Hello, vinyl community. I am Will Smith. It's been a while since I posted a video, but Metallica has a new box set, and it arrived today. My wife and children got it for me for Father's Day, so that's very exciting. Here's the box. Haven't looked at it at all yet, but we're going to get into it. So I'm going to turn the camera down and give you guys a bird's eye view, and let's walk through it. Okay. We have everything we need here. One thing I'll say that is different than the other times, I don't recall there being the branded paper tape on the previous ones, but kind of interesting, kind of cool. So let's just cut this thing open. 1, 2, and 3. There we are. So box fully branded on the inside. Trying to show that off. The whole kitchen sink, it says. Otherwise, here it's nicely packaged. There's foam at least on the sides. It feels like the box set itself fits that very, very fully. I'm gonna set the packaging box aside. We're gonna look at this. Feels good. Let's take a look at the back for just a second. So, kind of a packaging list here on the back, original numbering. So it looks like I'm number 10,251. Difficult to see here. We'll look at this again, but there's actually the textured ninja star on the back there. I can fill that. Let's go ahead and cut some of this plastic, figure out the best way, and then get this stuff off. So I'm just very gently cutting that. Okay, so this is still upside down. List again, set that to the side. But yeah, kind of interesting. Little textured ninja star there on that side. Okay, let's flip this over. Now, better move my drink out of the way. Similar to what they did on the Black album, the box is scalloped here to this side so that we can easily get content out. Looks like they've also put some bubble wrap in there. But so far, that's looking nice. Okay. Album is a gatefold. Lyric sheet that reminds me of the CD. It's been years and years and years since I've seen this CD. Otherwise, black vinyl. It does have lined inner sleeves there, which are pretty nice. So we have a studio album. Easy enough. Next, picture disc, 45 RPM single. Says it's Mama Said on side 1 and Ain't My Bitch Live on the other side. Now, humorous story about Mama Said. My mother-in-law, while I was dating my wife, was telling me how horrible Metallica was. And I said, I bet you I can play you a Metallica song that you would never guess is Metallica. And I played Mama Said. And she stopped. She wasn't worried about that anymore. So, I don't know. It was kind of fun as I think about that. All right, next. Loadapalooza. This is Irvine Meadows Amphitheater in Irvine, California in August of 1996. It's a triple. So let's see if we can see all of that. So here's the gatefold here. And then we open again. Images of all the band members. we'll just pull out one of these records. These don't have as nice inner sleeve. The inner sleeve is just paper here. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. But I just noticed here that one of our things is an encore jam session for a few minutes. That could be cool. Last Crest is always a ton of fun. It could be fun to listen to that live. Just a little surprised that the inner sleeve on these does not seem to be lined like the album one. We'll go here so we can see that track listing. Set that aside. Okay, looks like we have here the digital download card. So we'll set that to the side. This is, okay, a bunch of the paper goods that come with it. So lyrics, it's a heavyweight paper folder. Let's look here at just it for a second. So back looks like the a top 10 list of things Christmas means to me. I'm just curious. Let's see. Getting a day off from tour, cleaning out the garage so the family has a place to sleep while visiting, leaving beer and pretzels for Santa. I've never left beer and pretzels for Santa. Dressing up like Santa Claus, that's fun. Anyways, there's several there. Spiked eggnog, number 4, that makes sense. Number 1, let's just skip down here. Shooting the damn cat out of the Christmas tree again. There we go. But the folder itself seems to be pretty nice. Inside, I'm just going to pull up these papers and I'm going to flip them so that I can see it more. This is the recording sheets. I think these things are interesting to look through. I certainly think that a lot of the other content for me is more fun. I'll also note, I think one thing to be said, somewhere in the comments people are going to go and talk about how Load is their least favorite, or Metallica changed so much at the time that Load was released, and so there's this huge change and all of these things. And I'll just go through and say, and maybe it preempts some comments or maybe it starts some discussion, but I have no problem with any artist, let alone Metallica, going through and saying, hey, we want to do something different. We want to explore something different. We're working with somebody that's a little bit different. Here's something that is I don't have a problem with artists going through and making songs that they think someone will like. And I like Load as an album. For me, this was something that came out right when I was in high school. And so it's kind of formative in a lot of ways. Though be it, Ride the Lightning is still my favorite album. So this Rolling Stones cover print, it is very nice stock, certainly frameable, matte finish, but feels like a very heavyweight paper. And let's see. Oh, let's unfold this. Now, I'm a big fan of the concert posters. This feels like poster paper. It's got a nice glossy finish to it. Really cool, though be it completely impractical engine kind of look here, but it's really cool. The Metallica concert that I've been to, I did pick up the poster there. I think Metallica concert posters are really cool. Lots of bands do awesome ones though, so that's awesome. Okay, now this book covered in plastic. Let me see if I can get that opened up real quick. The cover, smooth fill. It's a paper wrapped cardboard binding. This is obviously the back cover just has the Metallica M. Front cover says load there. Load is printed onto or silk screened onto the actual everything else, so you can feel it, slightly raised. Kind of grabs your fingers a little bit. This is certainly glossy on top, the cover art. And there is more of that cover art. So we'll just kind of go through a few of these. I enjoy these books. I enjoy putting on the music, maybe even watching some of the DVD, and then going through the books. So I always find these fun. It's big enough and nice enough. It could act as a coffee table book, although I always keep mine in with everything else. I didn't really see a table of contents here, so it's going to just be one of those things where you walk through it. But I like the pictures and stories, and some of these are pictures and whatnot that haven't before been shown or released. Just flip through a couple more of these. I really do like that they've included Jason Newsted on this stuff. I actually really like him. I think he's interesting in some of his perspective in the interviews and things like that. So I think that's really cool that we're seeing more of that. We saw more of that with the Black Album, and now we see that also with Load, which is cool. Some more pictures. All right. Well, there's certainly a lot to go through here. Let's see. It is a 119-page book. No, I apologize. I've stopped just a touch short. We got 128 pages. And then this looks like it is the package list of what's in the contents. This looks as though it's similar to this page that was on the back. In fact, I may just store those two together. I'll set that to the side. Bubble wrap to keep things together. That's cool. Several CDs and things. So let's just I'm just going to pick up a stack and kind of go through them. So we've got the album, double CD, little mini gatefold CD. I mean, that looks very similar to the original that I bought as a kid with the plastic case. We've got Shadowcast Disc 1 and 2. This says riffs, demos, session takes, rough and alternative mixes. There's 2 discs there with quite a few things. Shadowcast Disc 3 and 4 and Disc 5. So there is a lot of riffs, demos, sessions, takes, and rough and alternate mixes. So, I mean, that's just a ton to go through there. There's the one stack, so that's interesting. This does have a nice groove in between to be able to reach down to get everything. I'll have to double check on some of the others to see if it does that. But Poor Touring Me, the soundboard tapes. Not a lot of information on the gatefold. It is a double CD. It does have a track listing. Looks like each one I'm seeing there, track 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Says track 13. Oh, there's a track listing on the back. We just look at that. Next is Poor Norwegian Me, live at Oslo. That's probably going to be cool. Double CD, live at Oslo. There's our set list there. And then underneath all of that, Okay, we're wrapped in plastic. I'm gonna open this real quick. Small cardboard box. Cardboard feels really thin, maybe even thinner than you might get on a deck of cards. Let's just open this top up here. Pull the tabs out. All of them have the Ninja Star on the back. There's 14. They feel much thinner. They're a pretty heavy card. They feel a little glossy, smooth. You can't feel that printing, but it's some Rorschach tests with the different things. So 2x4, King Nothing Until It Sleeps, Mama Said, Bleeding Me, Poor Twisted Me, The Outlaw Torn, etc. So kind of interesting, kind of fun, and I wonder if how much that played into the concept art. Okay, let's put that pocket back. We'll go down here, get this pocket. So, Studio Shit and UK Shenanigans, single disc. Let's see what we got. Studio Shit, Rehearsals at Last Planet Part 1, Riding, Enlarged Dungeon Part 1, A Week and a Half in the Life of Metallica Part 1 and 2. And this is actually DVD, so this is video. Polar Beach Party live in a tent. Oh boy, howdy. I don't know if I can say that, the name of that city in Canada. Tuktoyaktuk. I don't know if I said that right. Again, DVD video. Some sound check, backstage, and then the concert starting at Ecstasy of Gold and going through there. And then also a year and a half in the life of Metallica Part 3, Tuck. Here, Poor Swedish Me, live at Globen, Stockholm, Sweden. This is November of '96, another DVD. Intro Jam, Last Caress, Creeping Death, etc. And then on the air and TV appearances. So this, I think, is where we see our music videos. See our music videos of Until It Sleeps, Hero of the Day, Mama Said, King Nothing, a Hero of the Day US version. Okay, let's see, Hero of the Day Director's Cut. That's interesting. Another Hero of the Day. This is the cowboy footage. Hero of the Day UK version. MTV Motherload, TV appearances there. So here, this pocket is our stack of DVDs. What I usually do is end up placing those onto my Plex server, and then I find that stuff actually works really well to just watch when I'm working, because it's not a lot different than looking at the actual album. This pocket has a bunch of goodies in it. So we'll walk through this first. So Escape from the Studio, 95, double CD. Let's see. This is... I don't know where this is from. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can find out about that. Just a moment. Okay, club shows and rehearsals. So, Instagram, Show What, Creeping Death. These are all live, and let's see if we can see some of the locations here. It says where the original versions are from. CD2 has a bunch of stuff. Some of these, part of this too, is live at 100.7 WMMS Coffee Break Concert. I don't know what. Okay. CD1, tracks 1 through 12, and CD2, tracks 1 through 7, recorded at Slim's in San Francisco in June of 96. The rest were recorded live at Hun Sound in August of 96. Oh, I apologize. That's CD2, tracks 8 and 9. Tracks 10 through 16 were recorded live at the Odeon in Cleveland, Ohio. February 97 for that Coffee Break concert. Okay. And then B-sides and rarities. So let's see what we have here. Overkill, Damage Case, Stone Dead Forever, Too Late, Too Late. The Chase is Better Than the Catch. We Are the Road Crew, Overkill Reprise. That's kind of fun. Mama Said Radio Edit. Why do they need a radio edit for Mama Said? The Outlaw Torn, No More Manufacturing Limits. Says the original released in 97 as a B-side on the Memory Remain single. Unload. Interesting. Until It Sleeps. Herman Melville mix. Hero of the Day. Out of B-sides mix. King Nothing. Tepid mix. Hero of the Day, unreleased Aux mix, and Mama Said live on later with Jules Holland. I don't know what that is. Anyways, so there's those. Here we've got a package of picks. Haven't opened that. Says I can see that one says Metallica here on this side. The other looks like it has the Yin and Yang, the Flaming Skull Yin and Yang. And it does feel like there's some different thicknesses there. The blues feel a little thicker. The yellow looks a little thinner. The greens feel pretty good. Next, Yin and Yang Flaming Skull Patch. This is cool. I actually have this as a poster that I bought about the time that this album came out. It's framed down in my office. And then we've got, and I always think these are cool, it's the touring pass. So, Poor Touring Me, it says on both, not exciting on the back, but here on the front. Interesting. Probably really colorful just so they're easy to see. But North America 96, 97, and then Europe 96. Okay. Well, there we have it. The new box set. I'm going to see if I can find out really quickly where Escape from the Studio 95 is from. So all songs, copyright, Creeping Death, XC Gold. I never did pull any of these out, but they just, I mean, it's just a thin paper sleeve. They try to make it seem almost like it's a record. There's not really any more information on the CDs itself. This does say live at Donington Park, Castle Donington, England, August of 95, plus bonus tracks. So there we go. That's where we're at. Let's see if it says the same on this one. So, live at Donington Park, Castle Donington, England, August 95. Okay? Well, everyone, that is the new Load Metallica box set. Hope you're able to enjoy. Please leave some comments. Particularly, this is an album that I think is interesting to talk about because there is so much change. It's almost controversial, but I think we can have a healthy discussion where we let artists explore and do different things. And so I actually still like the album. But please feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think, and have a great day.